Hovering above the city, heavenly in sky blue. It's unique, extraordinary, in daily operation for more than 100 years. And it's the city's landmark, Wuppertal and the suspension railway, inseparable. What prompted the people of the Wupper Valley to come up with such a newfangled mode of transport? Let's look back to the turn of the 20th century. The neighbouring cities of Barmen and Elberfeld, with a combined population of over 300,000, belonged to the biggest industrial areas in the German Empire, bigger even than Cologne or Düsseldorf. It was getting crowded in the narrow river valley, but the expansion possibilities for additional traffic were limited. The solution to unclogging traffic came from Eugen Langen, inventor, pioneer, visionary. After some trials and a test installation, he obtained the patent for his engineering masterpiece called the suspension monorail system. The model also impressed the council members of the neighbouring cities on the Wupper River, and they decided to have it built. In only 5 years, the workers and engineers constructed this transport sensation. In October 1900, the Kaiser and his wife came to see firsthand this engineering wonder and were very pleased. After their ride, they commented that it was both practical and pleasant. Only 1 year after that, the dignitaries of Barmen and Elberfeld proudly presented the construction to the public. Since then, these two cities have been incorporated into the modern city of Wuppertal. But a remnant of those early days is still in operation. The carefully restored Kaiserwagen can be booked for a nostalgic ride, hovering 12 meters above the river. With its 468 supports and bridges along the 13.3 kilometers long route, the suspension railway is the steel backbone of the city. If you ride it, you will also pass the city's historic landmarks. Complete stations and large parts of the route were destroyed in World War II, but only 1 year after the war, it was reconstructed and the inhabitants of Wuppertal could use their beloved and indispensable railway again. The city developed rapidly, and with it the number of passengers as well as the number of railway regulations. Because of the increases in traffic, the rail cars had to be regularly upgraded. They were given names like Blue Gentian and Red Flash, favourites of the 60s. Two of the bigger challenges were restoring the crossing over the old marketplace with a 105-metre-long bridge without supports, and constructing a lifted route over the Autobahn. By then, 27 trains were in operation and up to 65,000 passengers were being transported each day, reliably and without problems. Well, not always. There were some incidents. In July 1950, the Circus Althoff had a splendid idea for a spectacular publicity stunt. The elephant Tuffy will ride the suspension railway. But that was too much for the little elephant lady. She pushed open the door and fell into the Wupper River. Luckily, no one was hurt, and the little elephant was rescued from the Wupper. But not all accidents had such happy endings. In 1968, a truck knocked over one of the supports and 2 bridges fell on the street. No one was hurt here too. But in 1999, a tragic accident occurred in which a train plunged into the river, leaving 5 passengers dead. Not because of technical problems, but due to human failure. A forgotten mounting clamp left on the rail. Nevertheless, the suspension railway is still the safest means of transport worldwide. Since 1972, the trains of wagon series GETW72 characterize the cityscape, popular and reliable. There's a German saying, "Old love never rusts." But is that true? All those years left their mark on the old lady. The stations became dark and unattractive. The structure was getting more and more rusty. What to do? Renovate or demolish and rebuild? Again, the city councillors made a courageous decision. In 1995, the complete makeover started. Enormous sections of the railway were removed and replaced with more than 40,000 tons of new steel. The rebuilding took place during daily operation of the train, even on the weekends and at night. The renovations were finished in 2013, and the suspension railway is now fit for the next 100 years. Of course, that wasn't cheap. The overall costs amounted to 635 million euros, of which 122 million were for the new trains. In November 2015, the first train cars of the current generation arrived on a truck. More than 1,000 suspension railway fans could not miss out on the event. With much applause, the first of the Sky Blue trains started its daily service on December 18, 2016. An event that was celebrated by everyone. The new wagons look great. Not only the citizens of Wuppertal thought so, but also the jury of the IF Design Award 2017. But the designers and engineers had even more in mind. They wanted to make a better design, not merely a new one. Due to silent rails and wider curves, the suspension railway travels more quickly and quietly from station to station. All stations have become much more attractive. They are brighter, transparent and handicapped accessible. About 170,000 square feet of glass surfaces have been used for the stations. But they didn't want to part with the beautiful old Art Nouveau stations. With the same demands for comfort and safety, 3 identical stations were built according to the historic model. The new train depot in Oberbarmen has also been built according to the original plans. With the turning loop moved forward, the trains can change over to the other track faster, which means they are equipped for shorter cycle times in the future. The new control center has also been upgraded. A state-of-the-art digitally controlled safety system is in place. The old trains were so popular that they were given away by the utility company in a competition. Today they serve as stage, meeting point or bistro. A new life after hovering above the city. The 31 new wagons are not only nice to look at, they are also really fast. At up to 60 kilometers per hour, they speed through the city, controlled by the driver in a new kind of cockpit with touch-sensitive displays. Investments were made not only in technology, but also in comfort. With a new ventilation system, comfortable seats with fabric covers and a large panoramic glass window in the rear. This window is the highlight of the new wagon generation and the most popular place to sit for a unique travelling experience. A lot has changed since that maiden voyage more than 100 years ago. But one thing is still the same. The suspension railway is the most reliable and popular means of traffic in Wuppertal. Up to 80,000 passengers are hovering daily. Above the river, through the city. You can only do that here. The suspension railway, the landmark of the city. And we call it Schwebebahn.